someone posted up that when they went to vote in Whitfield County here in Georgia's 14th district, now remember, we're a swing state and we need everyone to vote in my district. And so they went to vote, and we have the Dominion machines. And you go through and you mark president, you mark, for Congress, that would be me. They marked Donald Trump, and they marked who they were voting for the rest of the way down their ballot on the machine. Then when they're finished, the machine prints their ballot. And so when this voter printed their ballot and they looked, it had changed. It was not Donald Trump, it was not me, and it was not the other ones they had voted for. It had switched.
Okay, so look, it's Marjorie Greene. Nobody's surprised that she's trying to cast doubt on the results of the election before it happens. She doesn't believe that Donald Trump can win. She needs to create this cloud of smoke that will justify another coup. I get that. Nobody's surprised by that. And by the way, if it wasn't Marjorie Greene, it'd be someone else. This sort of thing goes around every election, of course. You know why? Because all it takes is a person posts on Facebook. And I don't mean that's all it takes for someone to see it. That's literally all it takes for a member of Congress to report it on something that kind of looks superficially like the news. When she says someone said it, she means there was a post on Facebook. That's it. Not there was a post to Facebook, so she was concerned and she dispatched her staff to track them down. They brought the voter in, they inspected the machine. Just literally Marjorie Greene saw a thing on Facebook and ran to the news to say that it's true.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
Now, for many of you, if you're MAGA or whatever, you think, no, that's literally what research is. That's all it's supposed to be. What else could you possibly do? I'm here to say you should have slightly higher standards for your elected officials. So look, there shouldn't even need to be a fact check of any of this, but I want to jump into some of what actual election officials have found in cases where people have implied that their vote is being mysteriously switched by digital machines. And by the way, this is why we have a paper trail, and I'm glad that we do. I think that we should have as much access to information and accessibility to vote as possible. That said, don't just believe everything you see on Facebook. So I'm gonna jump to graphic 4. It says, election officials in the state said that the voter, a woman whose name they did not disclose, visited a polling site in Whitfield County, as Marjorie Greene said last week, and used a touchscreen voting machine to cast her ballot. So that much so far is true. She mistakenly selected one candidate's name when she had intended to choose another. The voter tried again, fixed the mistake, and successfully cast her ballot. That's how that's supposed to work. If you click on the wrong thing on a screen, then yes, you're gonna have to click on the right thing afterward. That's it. If you had one of the bubble tests and you bubble in the wrong one, that's on you. You gotta do the right one. And they fixed it. They fixed it almost immediately because of course they did. No evidence has emerged that the machines were faulty. Statewide audits have confirmed the tallies presented by the machines. And so again, why are we even hearing about this? It's because of a Facebook post. A Facebook user first relayed the story about the Georgia voter, calling her a friend of mine. The post falsely suggested that the person had tried voting several times while the machine changed the candidate between parties, an account that differs from the information shared by the election officials, including from the person who had the experience. And so when you look into this, you find out that it's BS, which probably explains why Marjorie Greene didn't look into it. She doesn't care whether it's happening or not. She cares whether or not she can point to a JPEG that implies that something suspicious might be happening. Trey, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I know that it is dangerous because I know that you're right that the real purpose of these particular conspiracy theories is to cast doubt on the election results before they even, occur, because they want to make people believe that it's unconscionable that Kamala Harris could possibly win. So when they say she has won, if that happens, then they're going to take to the streets and call it a lie immediately, and God knows what'll happen. So it is all a problem. But trying to put that aside for a minute, this particular conspiracy theory, I almost kind of feel like we should support. Maybe we should back it up for them. We should make them think that it's true. Because if you think about it, it's like no, yeah, MAGA people in Georgia, those machines are changing your vote to the opposite. So what you need to do is you need to vote for Harris and Walz and all the Democrats on the ticket, Because obviously then the machine's going to change your vote, and that's how you actually get the vote for Trump, right? Well, I'm saying we can, make them believe that that's how it works. And you have all these MAGA people voting for Harris out trying to like do the system.
Outsmart the
and
deep state.
outsmart the deep state. Yeah, I'm just saying like, that wouldn't bother me so much if that were to occur. But I mean, yeah, no, jokes aside, this and all the like, the goofy polls and stuff and like the crypto polls and all these things that are out there that are like suggesting that, Trump's got it in the bag or anything like that. All the things that are meant to set up this situation where people absolutely refuse to believe a Harris victory if and when it happens. Yeah, it's all a real problem and very upsetting.
Yeah.
But they're going to do it either way.
So we know that Georgia's very close. Harris has led on some polls. So what, everybody out there, if Harris wins Georgia, what do you think Marjorie's going to say? They switch the votes. That's it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that the polls have been showing that it's a tight race. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how much spending she's putting in. This is all it takes for a dim-witted person like Marjorie Greene to feel like, well, I never have to consider the possibility that something didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But that said, I do like your strategy. You got to produce like a short advising people to do that. Because outsmart the deep state is a great tagline. I'd like to see shirts